A new look and a new era in the American, which is the same for 7 American football programs with head coaches in their first seasons. We asked for their recipe for success in year 1, and one thing's for certain, don't call it a rebuild.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that word. They can, and then maybe in their programs is rebuild. For us, it's a remodel.
I don't believe in rebuilds. You don't get enough time as a coach in college football these days for that word to even exist.
I think it comes down to little things.
It's a new football team. There is no last year's team.
Any chance you have to work with a coach like Nia Matalolo, you take as much as you can from him. I think you take the things that you loved about what he did, the things that, as an assistant coach, you think you might want to do slightly different.
Every program's a little bit different when you go into it your first year, and I think it's so crucial those first 3 months to kind of figure out what the problems are, and then just to build relationships in the buildings.
1, 2, 3, strike! First thing I said was press pause, take a deep breath. You guys are here. There's a coaching change. I'm here. Maybe let's see if we should work together.
First meeting I ever did, I went in there, I said, just because I have a title or I accomplished some stuff does not mean you should trust me. Not a person in this room, not a coach, not a player should trust me. That's earned, and I need to earn your trust. And as I do that, I hope you earn my trust.
I knew they had read everything about, on Google, because they want to know who this old guy is coming to coach them, and I don't blame them. I would have wanted to read too. But then I stood up and I told them, I want you to know who I really am. We came up the tough way. And I told him, by the grace of God, I got saved by one man who gave me a chance. I'd been in 8 schools before the 11th grade. And I told them that story. By the time my plane landed in Michigan, my phone lit up. And it was 100 guys saying they wanted to tell me their stories.
You got to build those relationships very early and very quickly, and that's hard to do, especially with the transfer portal, when there's a coaching change. I could have gone on the road my first week on the job, and I didn't. I stayed back and I met with as many current players on our roster as I could.
It's just so unique nowadays that you really have to engulf yourself within the program and the kiddos.
That level is going to be key. You're going to have to learn how to strike with great pads and be feisty.
You're constantly communicating with the kids, and then sometimes it's anticipating and more positive communication. Even though sometimes you got to correct some problems.
There's a constant positive energy with everything that goes on. There's an accountability factor that goes into all of it, but it's a bunch of guys that are trying to do right and trying to get better every single day.
I've always believed that great teams, not good teams, great teams have one heartbeat. And that doesn't come with lip service. It really happens when you get messy together. It really happens when you do life together. It happens when you're open and honest with one another. There's not a dictatorship.
You have genuine relationships between player to player and coach to player and player to coach, and there's that genuine love. That's the start. And then step 2 is you've got to instill a level of toughness, physicality, and accountability to the guy next to you.
Everybody uses the culture word, but how we want to operate, what's accepted, what's not, whether it be from keeping our locker room a certain way to how we stretch, to body weights, having goals.
I think we've got to become a really, really process-oriented team rather than result-driven team. And that's all we've talked about. We've not talked about anything other than what today holds.
It takes 120 football players, every person on the staff, a bunch of young coaches really working hard.
4th quarter, end of game.
You've got to instill toughness. This is still as many rules as they change in our game for player safety, which I think are phenomenal. It is still a game about moving another human being against his will somewhere he doesn't want to go. You've got to be able to do that over and over and over again, and that's how we train, that's how we practice. Everything we do is intense, everything we do is competitive, everything we do is tough.
When you get into competition, what's our skill set? Can we make a tackle? Can we get open, make a big throw, make a big play, make a big kick? Our skill set and our production of playing the game in time will come. But right now, maximizing a group of kids.
You get that right in a building, magic happens. And that's really what we're trying to do, is create that magic between coach and player.
A lot of little changes. Nothing too drastic. We've got a lot of new coaches and some new things schematically that we'll be doing. But just a little things, a few things different here and there, but no major overhauls.
Coaches don't win games, players do. And you have to have really good players that are well adjusted, that know you love and care for them. And then you have to prove that. And if you do that, there's no such thing as a rebuild.
The analogy I've been given is we're a big mansion on the top of the hill, that when you roll up to it, yeah, the landscaping might not be perfect. The siding might be a little weathered. You may not have the best patio furniture. You walk in and you might need a paint job, might need some new furniture, might need some new appliances. But it's a mansion. It's got a strong foundation. It's been up there for a long time. It's big, it's vast. It can be really pretty, and it's our job to now do the remodel and put in those new appliances and fix the landscaping and make the front porch more attractive and add some of those qualities to it. But we by no stretch of the imagination are doing a rebuild. We're doing a remodel.